Namaste dear children, how are you all? I am Rekha. Welcome to my channel Rekha's Knowledge Hub. Today we will see NCERT Class 7 Social Science, Chapter 1, Geographical Diversity of India, Short Answer Questions and Answers. The explanation of this chapter is already uploaded. Please go through it. What is India's rank in terms of size globally and which continent is it a part of? India is the seventh largest country in the world. Which continent is it a part of? It is a part of the continent of Asia. Next one. What is a region formed by India and its neighbors called? The region formed by India along with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar is known as the Indian subcontinent. Next one. What natural barrier stands to India's north? The Himalayan mountain range stands as a natural barrier to India's north. Which geographical features mark India's western limits? The Thar Desert and the Arabian Sea mark India's western limits. Next one, what natural boundaries are found to India's south and east? To the south, the Indian Ocean forms a natural boundary, and to the east, the Bay of Bengal. How have these geographical features impacted India? These features have created a separation between India and the rest of the continent and have played a crucial role in shaping India's climate, culture, and history. They separate India from the other lands on its continent. Because of this separation, these features have greatly influenced India's weather, its way of life, and its past. Which geographical feature is called Water Tower of Asia? The Himalayas are sometimes called the Water Tower of Asia. Next one, which is the edge of Gangotri Glacier? Gomukh in Uttarakhand is the edge of Gangotri Glacier. Next one, name one of the largest glaciers in the Indian Himalayas which is considered sacred. Gangotri Glacier is considered sacred and it attracts many pilgrims. What is the approximate height of many Himalayan peaks and what are they collectively called? Many Himalayan peaks are over 8,000 meters in height. They are together called the 8,000ers. Next one, name the 6 Asian countries that the Himalayan mountain range stretches across. The Himalayan mountain range stretches across India, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Besides providing water, what other significance do the Himalayas hold for people? The Himalayas are important to many cultures and belief systems. The mountains are considered sacred, with temples and monasteries built there that attract monks and spiritual seekers. Next one, what is the Bhagirathi River a major tributary of and where does it originate? The Bhagirathi River is a major tributary of the Ganga. Where does it originate? It originates from Gomukh, which means cow's mouth. In which Indian state is Gomukh located and what physical feature marks its origin? Gomukh is located in Uttarakhand. It is the edge of the Gangotri Glacier, which is one of the largest in the Indian Himalayas. What two main reasons make Gomukh significant? Gomukh is significant because it is considered sacred and attracts many pilgrims. It is also a popular destination for trekking. How were the Himalayan mountains formed? The Himalayas were formed when India, after breaking away from Gondwana, collided with Eurasia about 50 million years ago. As India pushed against Eurasia, the land between them crumbled and rose up, creating the mountains. So about 50 million years ago, India's land moved until it hit a huge piece of land called Eurasia. When India pushed against Eurasia, the land in between them got squeezed and folded upwards like a carpet bunching up when you push it. That's how the huge Himalayan mountains were made. Are the Himalayas still growing today? Explain why. Yes, the Himalayas are still growing taller today. India is still slowly pushing into Asia at about 5 centimeters each year, which causes the mountains to grow by about 5 millimeters annually. India is still pushing into Asia very slowly, about 5 centimeters each year. This means the Himalayas are still growing taller, just a tiny bit each year, about 5 millimeters. Name the three main ranges of the Himalayas and briefly describe the Himadri range. Which are the three main ranges of the Himalayas? The three main ranges are the Himadri, Greater Himalayas, the Himachal, that is the Lower Himalayas, and the Shivalik Hills, that is the Outer Himalayas. Then, what about Himadri range? The Himadri is the highest and most rugged part, staying snow-covered year-round and home to peaks like Mount Everest. Describe the Himachal or Lower Himalayas and mention some places found there. The Himachal range lies south of the Greater Himalayas. It has a more moderate climate. This allows for rich biodiversity and human habitation. Then some places found there are hill stations like Nainital, Darjeeling, Shimla and Mussoorie. Then what are the characteristics of the Shivalik Hills and what is their role geographically? The Shivalik Hills form the outermost and lowest range, featuring rolling hills and dense forest. They are rich in wildlife and act as a transition zone between the Himalayas and the Gangetic Plains. What kind of desert is Ladakh and what are its winter temperatures like? Ladakh is a cold desert. Its winter temperatures can drop below minus 30 degrees Celsius. Describe the landscape of Ladakh and explain why it is called Moonland. The landscape of Ladakh is rugged with rocky terrain, deep valleys and lakes. Its terrain resembles that of the moon, which is why it's called Moonland. How do geologists explain the formation of Ladakh's terrain and its rock composition? Geologists explain that the mountains were folded when the Indian landmass collided with Eurasia. This folded area was once part of an ocean, so its rocks are mostly made of sand and clay. What unique wildlife can be found in Ladakh despite its harsh conditions? Despite the harsh conditions, Ladakh is home to unique wildlife such as snow leopards, ibex, and Tibetan antelopes. What are two cultural aspects for which Ladakh region is known? The Ladakh region is known for its ancient monasteries and its colorful festivals such as Losar and the Hemis festival. What are the Gangetic Plains known for and how are they nourished? The Gangetic Plains are known for being vast and fertile. They are nourished by mighty rivers like the Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra, which originate from the Himalayas and provide vital water. How do the rivers contribute to the fertility of the Gangetic plains and what is a key economic benefit? The rivers and their tributaries enrich the soil with minerals, making the region highly fertile and ideal for abundant agriculture. Additionally, these rivers are a source for generating electricity. What significant role does the flat land of northern plains play in terms of infrastructure? The flat land of the northern plains has allowed for the development of an elaborate transportation network. This includes extensive road and railway networks which facilitate the movement of people and goods over long distances. How are sand dunes formed and how high can they sometimes rise? How are sand dunes formed? Sand dunes are formed when the wind shifts and shapes sand into hill-like formations. How high can they sometimes rise? These formations can sometimes rise as high as 150 meters. Which Indian states does most of the Thar Desert span? Most of the Thar Desert within India spans the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana. Why does the Thar Desert act as a natural barrier? The Thar Desert acts as a natural barrier because of its harsh conditions. These include very high daytime temperatures, cold nights, and a severe lack of access to water, which deters movement. Describe a traditional method of cleaning utensils in the Thar Desert and how water is conserved during this process. Due to water scarcity, the traditional method for cleaning utensils is to score them with sand until they are clean, using only a little water for a light rinse. The water used for rinsing is then reused for other purposes such as watering plants. What are Tanga and Kunds and what is their purpose in Rajasthan? Tanga or Kunds are ingenious water conservation methods famous in Rajasthan. They are special water collection systems designed to store rainwater, often for drinking purposes. What is the highest peak of the Aravalli range and what is its approximate height? The highest peak of the Aravalli range is Mount Abu, which towers at over 1700 meters. What vital role do the Aravallis play in shaping the geography and climate of northwestern India? The Aravallis act as a natural barrier. They prevent the Thar Desert from expanding further eastward. This is a very important function. Name some minerals found in the Aravallis that have supported centuries of mining. The Aravallis are rich in minerals such as marble, granite, zinc and copper. These have been mined for centuries. Name some historic forts located in the Aravalli range. Historic forts such as Chittorgarh, Kumbhalgarh, Ranthambore are located in the Aravalli range. What is a plateau and how is India's most important plateau described geographically? What is a plateau? A plateau is a landform that rises from the surrounding land, typically with a flat surface and often steep sides. India's most important plateau is the triangular peninsular area in the middle and south of the country called a peninsular plateau because it's surrounded by water on three sides. So, India's most important plateau is a triangular peninsular plateau. Name the two mountain ranges that border the peninsular plateau and describe the Western Ghats. The plateau is bordered by the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Then describe Western Ghats. The Western Ghats are taller, run along the western coast like a wall and feature many beautiful waterfalls during the monsoon season. Next one, how do the Eastern Ghats differ from the Western Ghats and what lies between these two ranges? The Eastern Ghats are lower and broken into smaller hills along the eastern coast. Then, what lies between these two ranges, Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats? Between these two mountain ranges lies the Deccan Plateau, which is a vast area of flat highlands. Name some major rivers that flow across the plateau from west to east. And what do they provide? Rivers like Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow across the plateau from west to east. These rivers are crucial for farming and provide water to millions of people. Next one, what types of communities live in the dense forest of the plateau and what is notable about their way of life? Dense forests on the plateau are home to various tribal communities such as Sandal, Gond, Bega, Bil and Korku. These tribes have distinct languages, traditions and ways of life that are closely connected to nature. This is important, that are closely connected to nature. Besides attracting tourists, what are the two main benefits of waterfalls found on India's plateaus? Waterfalls on India's plateaus not only attract tourists but also help in hydroelectric power generation. Additionally, they provide water for irrigation, supporting agricultural activities. What is the extent of the west coast of India and through which states does it pass? The west coast of India stretches from Gujarat to Kerala. It passes through the states of Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. What is characteristic of the rivers on the west coast and what major landforms do they create? Most rivers on the west coast originate in the Western Ghats, flow swiftly and form estuaries. The coastline is also shaped by alluvial deposits from these short rivers featuring coves and craves. Next one, which two estuaries are identified as the largest on the west coast? Narmada and Tapti estuaries are identified as the largest on the west coast. Where is the east coast located and what is its geographical extent? The east coast lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. It stretches from the Ganga Delta all the way down to Kanyakumari. What are the main features of the east coast? I name some major river deltas found there. So what are the main features of east coast? The east coast features wide plains and major river deltas. Name some major river deltas. They include the deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers. Next one, name two important water bodies found on the east coast and define what a lagoon is. Important water bodies found here are Chilika Lake and Pulikat Lake. Then what is a lagoon? A lagoon is a body of water that is separated from larger bodies of water like an ocean by a natural barrier. How are deltas formed? And why do they make the land ideal for farming? How are deltas formed? Deltas are formed at a river's mouth when it deposits sediments into a larger body of water, building up over time into a triangular or fan-shaped area. Why do they make the land ideal for farming? Rivers like the Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi create fertile deltas, making the land ideal for farming. Where are the Indian islands located? And what are India's two major island groups? The Indian islands are scattered across the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Then, which are the India's two major island groups? India's two major island groups are Lakshadweep and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Where is Lakshadweep located and what kind of islands is it made of? Lakshadweep is an archipelago located in the Arabian Sea near the Malabar coast of Kerala. What kind of islands is it made of? It is made up of 36 islands that are formed from coral. How many islands comprise the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago and what type of islands are they? The Andaman and Nicobar archipelago comprises more than 500 large and small islands. These islands are primarily volcanic in origin. What is the historical significance of the Andaman Islands? The Andaman Islands are historically significant because many Indian freedom fighters were jailed there under very severe conditions in a prison complex known as cellular jail. This site is preserved to remember their sacrifices. Where are the Sundarbans located and which rivers form its delta? The Sundarbans are located in the delta formed by the Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. This delta has a unique combination of river, sea and land. What is notable about the geographical division and status of the Sundarbans? About half of the Sundarbans is located in India, with the other half in Bangladesh. It has also been declared a UNESCO heritage site. Which famous animal species is found in the Sundarbans? The Sundarbans are famously home to many species including the Royal Bengal tiger. Name the hills mentioned as part of the Meghalaya plateau and describe their general characteristics. Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills are part of the Meghalaya plateau. They are known for their lush greenery, heavy rainfall and breathtaking waterfalls. What is Malinong village famous for and where is it located? Malinong village, situated in the East Khasi hills of Meghalaya, is renowned as the cleanest village in Asia. It is known for its well-maintained cleanliness, bamboo dustbins, and eco-friendly living practices. What unique structures is Malinong village also known for and how are they created? The village is also famous for its living root bridges. These unique bridges are created by weaving tree roots together over many years until they form a strong structure. Children, I have covered the entire notes of this chapter. If you study well, you will get full marks. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. We will see you in the next video. Please share this video to your classmates and friends. Thank you.